you were making that point. You can, of course, complete it, but please react to what the Prime Minister just said briefly as well.
It's natural for the Prime Minister to, introduce his home state, and, especially if a particular region in the country has been outstanding in terms of welcoming businesses, especially welcoming the Japanese or the American investments. I think it deserves worth a mention to start with. So I think I'm glad he started with his home state, and how Gujarat has been a sought after destination by the Japanese companies for many projects, whether it is the bullet train or some of the other projects. But I think, allow me to go back to what I was saying, because I would like to finish this thought, and I would love to have Ambassador Vohra's comments on that. Why do you think NATO became a matter of discussion? Why do you think Quad came up? Why do you think, some of the other organizations? Is it that we are gradually losing out? And with due respect to the United Nations Secretary General, I'm sure he holds a position of respect, and he holds a lot of credibility around the world. But whatever that he says, I mean, it's ek kaan se sun liya, dusre se nikal liya. So is it that United Nations as an organization is gradually losing its relevance? Uday, I'm playing the role of an anchor for a minute and asking that question to Ambassador Vohra.
All right. Are the latest developments coming in? Yes, Sharad Kohli, you were listening into Ambassador Vohra's answer to your question, so I will allow you a quick response as well before we take our break. Yes.
I'm glad, Uday, that he concurs with me, being an ambassador for having experience for over 5 decades. I'm glad my small little thoughts they concur with Ambassador Vohra's vast experience. So I'm very happy with that. And a very important point Uday made by Ambassador Vohra just now, I would like to add to what he said. I'm sure, if Quad is a success on all the agendas, whether it is economic, whether it is defense, whether it is regional cooperation, I'm sure Quad will find a lot of takers. You have a lot of countries from South Asia who would be wanting to join Quad. Then I think the Quad members may regret that why did we call it Quad? We should have called it something else to have left, because Quad denotes 4, number 4. So when you have the 5th or the 6th or the 7th, what do you call a Quad as? Quad Plus is a name suggested by Ambassador Vohra, but I'm sure you could probably think of a better name, than, or call it AUKUS and AUKUS, because AUKUS denotes Australia, US, and you have a clear. So I think that you will have a lot of countries in the Pacific who would like, as I said, regional organizations, regional confluences, regional thought processes are going to be more effective. Regional, cooperations are going to be more productive, and I think that is going to be the way in future. This is precisely the reason why I referred to about United Nations, that organizations which are smaller in size, which are more compact in size, they are able to deliver better, they are able to deliver quicker, and they are able to actually, better their own people as well by way of these cooperations. So I'm sure these 4 countries coming together will not just have China on their agenda, but will also talk about the upliftment. And another important point, Uday, before I wrap up, is that apart from India, all the other 3 members of Quad are supposed to be developed countries. Correct me if I'm wrong. India is the only emerging or the developing part of the world which is part of the Quad. And as a closing statement, I would say that as much India needs to look up to the developed world for various things, I think all the 3 members would be looking up to India more than any time before today.
For the time being, my thanks to both of you for joining us, Ambassador Vohra and Sharad Kohli. Let's take a break.